Hallo und herzlich willkommen in Kapitel 5 von The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky SC. Wir sind immer noch in Roland, aber wir haben jetzt in der letzten Folge ja alles absolviert. Das heißt, wir nehmen jetzt endlich das Luftschiff in die nächste Region, die wir natürlich auch noch kennen. Es wird jetzt keine Überraschung sein, wir werden hier von Roland nach Bose und der spitzäugige Garant der guten Laune wird erkannt haben, dann sind wir durch. Wir waren in Rouen, in Gronzel, in Zeiss, in Roland und jetzt geht's nach Bose. Das heißt, jetzt wird's geil. Ne, wir waren, glaube ich, erst in Rouen, dann in Zeiss, dann in Gronzel, dann in Roland. Guck mal, wir sind einmal im Kreis gegangen. Ich dachte, das wäre ein bisschen mehr durcheinander. Ja, wie dem auch sei, ich laber schon wieder viel zu viel. Ich würde sagen, wir gehen endlich hier hin und setzen über. Hey, still heading out already? Already, ich würde mal sagen, es ist allerhöchste Zeit. You just came home. Sure you can't stay around for a while? Yeah, sorry, there's kind of a lot going on. Once our current job's done, I totally intend to come back and take a load off for a while. You really should. We'll be waiting. Anyway, your tickets have already been paid for by Aina. Ready to check in? As always, we should wait for the ship once we check in. Do you have any other business in Roland before we go? No, let's fly. Alrighty then. I'll give the guild house a ring and call the other members of your team. Estelle's team checked in for the flight and waited for the airship. Ja, soweit so gut. Es wird wahrscheinlich auch wieder genau das gleiche sein. Wir werden an Bord gehen und dann erst einmal uns ein bisschen Ruhm sprechen. Und ja, komm, das springen wir ein bisschen vor. Oben wieder unschöne Kante. Ich habe immer noch keine Antwort darauf gefunden, ob das wirklich einfach was mit der Auflösung zu tun hat, dass die Auflösung plötzlich höher ist und deswegen der Bildausschnitt größer. Ich weiß es nicht. Auf jeden Fall ist es in den Außenbereichen immer noch ein bisschen ärgerlich und unnötig. Einfach mehr von dieser gleichen Textur hinknallen, fertig. Bei zweidimensionalen Bildern akzeptiere ich das, dass das nicht so einfach ist, also auf den Türmen etc. Aber hier, ich weiß nicht. So. I see. So now we have a gospel influencing people's minds, using the fog's particulate matter as a medium to exert mental control over a large area. Well, that settles one question at least. Excuse me, Professor. Ah, Cassius, you old dog. Good timing. Escaped Leyston, did you? Yes, I finally managed to finish a bit of work. I thought I would stop by and see how you're holding up. Ja, finde ich gut. Cassius nimmt endlich mal ein bisschen Aktion, wie man so schön sagt. What's this? A report from your granddaughter? Yes, just arrived express from Roland. Thanks to Tita's report, I'm quite certain of my theory now. About the gospel, I'm assuming? Yes, though it's ultimately still a hypothesis at this point. I've gone over it again and again, and both on paper and with the capo, though, so I'm reasonably sure of this. Shall I go over it? Absolutely. Right then. Do it. Also, hat ein Gospel. So, what we've been calling the Gospel's orbital shutdown phenomenon. Tell me, what do you think it is, based on what you've seen and heard? It's an effect that occurs to any orbital device located near an active gospel, chaining from one device to another. And it renders these devices inert while the gospel is active. That's how it seems to me, at least. Well, half right, half wrong. What you're describing is closer to the orbital art anticept. That shorts out the internal quartz circuits of an orbment to temporarily suspend its functionality. The phenomenon generated by a gospel, however, is fundamentally different. It steals all orbital energy formed in an orbment down to the very last joule. So it's more, das finde ich interessant übrigens, Joule, also die haben auch die Energieeinheit Joule hier, selbst wenn es mit Orbment was völlig anderes ist. Aber kann natürlich auch an der Übersetzung liegen, ich weiß gar nicht, wie es im Original ist. Also. So it's more of an orbital absorption phenomenon then. Yes, to make a comparison to a combustion engine, it's like siphoning out the petrol. Huh. But wait, unless I badly misunderstand physics, that means the gospel should absorb and store all that power, correct? Good eye, lad. You've noticed a very important fact. So I've measured a gospel after it absorbs energy, but the gospel does not actually hold any of it. Not even a single EP's worth. Is it possible the energy is being vented into the wider environment? No, not at all. The energy disappears completely, utterly, and quite impossibly thanks to thermodynamics. Furthermore, these new gospels Estelle's group has been encountering, every time they are encountered, they cause unbelievable phenomena that even our best orbital engineering can't explain. It's unclear how they're causing such effects, but I can say one thing with confidence, that is, they're too small. I can say with absolute certainty that any device enabling such massive effects could not fit into the palm of one's hand. Even if the society somehow possesses technology centuries ahead of our own, nothing that small could contain that much potential energy. I think I'm starting to see where this is going. You're saying the gospels must be terminals then? Access points of some sort? Exactly. The only function the gospel unit itself has is an ability to manifest an abnormal warp in a local orbital field. That warp then resonates with any local orbital devices, expands and draws energy from the devices. The energy then disappears through the warp. Well, no, it does not disappear, it is sent elsewhere. And whatever is located elsewhere is capable of causing the impossible effects we've seen. You know, I hope I'm misunderstanding this. I'm afraid you get a passing grade here, old friend. The society can use the gospels to draw out and spread the power of whatever this thing is. Spreading the influence of a mysterious force, no wonder the society named them gospels. In that case, the nature of this thing bothers me. As you said, even it's an ornament out of our purest fiction, or as far as that goes, I'm afraid I have no real clue. I've thought of a number of possibilities, but that would be pure speculation at this point. Now, Cassius, I will ask you the same question I asked you 10 years ago. We're in quite the pickle. What do you need me to do? The exact same words as when I asked you to develop the patrol airship. Well then. Ja, jetzt bin ich gespannt. Ja. The key, I think, must lie in this warp the gospel creates. Russell, can you develop some kind of plan or method of stopping the resonance, the spread? Thought you'd ask that. I'm just about done with my current invention anyway. I'll get to work as soon as I'm done with that. Interessante Neuigkeiten. Also es ist gar nicht so, dass diese Gospels die Phänomene auslösen, sondern sie sind nur so wie so ein Katalysator, der einen Warp-Punkt zu irgendwas öffnet und das saugt die Energie raus, weil auch hier gelten die Regeln der Physik, zumindest ähnliche Regeln der Physik, und das wäre vollkommen möglich, dass so ein kleines Gerät so einen Schaden anrichten kann, dass es bleibt spannend. Aber jetzt machen wir wie immer unsere Runde. Wir können natürlich hier wieder Leute befragen, was sie so tun. Das ist ja nach wie vor so eine große Stärke. Ich glaube, ich muss noch wirklich ein Video darüber machen, warum diese Nebengespräche so wichtig für die Reihe sind, warum die auch so einmalig sind. Aber sprechen wir erstmal mit unseren Leuten. Mit Tita zum Beispiel. Oh, hi, still walking around? Sorta, yeah. Yeah, Tita, I was wondering, did you dream at all when we were put to sleep? Yeah, I did. It was a dream where Mom and Dad came home. And Mom and Grandpa got into a loving fistfight for the first time in forever. I see, that still sounds like a really nice dream. Yeah, you showed up, of course, Estelle. Wait, I did? Uh-huh, after Mom and Dad came home. You and Joshua and Agatha all came by to visit. Then Grandpa suggested we all take a trip to the hot springs in Elmo. That really does sound like a fun dream. Yeah, and now we've just got to make that dream come true. Yeah. Gibt's noch mehr? Oh, Estelle, have you been to Ravenue Village? Yeah, but I stopped there once on a job. That's Agatha's hometown, right? Uh-huh, he has a little sister named Misha living there. Agatha goes back pretty often, I think. At least once a year to say hello to her. Oh, right, Agatha's little sister, huh? Must be hard for the poor girl having such an antisocial lump for a brother. Estelle, that's not nice. Agatha can be blunt, but he's also really nice. Yeah, he's just kind of clumsy and easily embarrassed, to be honest. You know, I bet Misha's a really good person. Whenever Agatha talks about her, his eyes turn so gentle. Tita, what's wrong? No, it's nothing. My heart just felt kind of weird for a bit. I wonder why. Somebody's a bit jealous of Misha, I bet. Ja, das glaube ich aber auch. Hat sie noch was zu sagen? Nee, hat sie nicht. Gut, dann machen wir es wie immer. Gehen erstmal nach ganz oben. Wen haben wir hier noch? Haufenweise Leute, aber vor allem halt Chloe und Sin. Estelle, out for a walk again? More or less. More importantly, I'm sorry. I didn't really open up about Joshua until the very end. Don't worry. Still, that girl with Joshua is one of the Sky Bandits, isn't she? Yeah, she's a cheeky, insulting little punk by the name of Josette Capua. She's also the single biggest tomboy I've ever laid eyes on. And people call me a tomboy sometimes. I see. She does seem a bit charming from the photograph. She can be pretty cute if she keeps her mouth shut. And she did manage to play a perfect upper crust girl when we first met her too. Sorry? Ach genau, Chloe war noch gar nicht dabei. I see. That is impressively dexterous, if I may say so. Well, it does make sense, since she's apparently former Erebonian nobility. Putting on a face like that is her speciality, I think. Peel away the layers, though, and like I said, at the core she's a cheeky, classless little punk. Still, from what I've heard, I can't really find cause to hate her. I suspect that if we found a chance to talk, we might have quite a lot in common. Yeah, I can see that happening. We'd slide off each other like oil and water. Our personalities won't fit together, trust me. Maybe. Gibt's noch was? Ja, es gibt natürlich immer noch was. Oh, Chloe, you were put to sleep with us back there. Did you have some kind of dream? I did. It was during the 100 Days of War. During the war? I see, that's when you were with Matron Theresa. Yes, I was in the care of Matron Theresa during the fighting. We lived together for some time, and what's wrong? It's just that even though it was set 10 years ago, Clem and Jill both showed up. If I had stayed in the dream long enough, perhaps even you and Joshua might have appeared. Well, it's a dream for you. Coherence not guaranteed. Very. Still, in hindsight, it was a little frightening. Huh? In the dream, I was happy. Very, very happy. I wanted everything to stay that way from the bottom of my heart. But that isn't right, is it? Simply wishing to escape reality in that way. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's always nice to have a happy dream, sure. But yeah, if you ask if I wanted to see that dream again, I'd be a little hesitant. Also, ne? Widerwillig. Yes, the dangers of the gospel. I feel like we've gotten a real hint of them. Okay, das war's. Dann haben wir noch Sin. Oh, Estelle, good work this time. You're really growing as a bracer. I'm still kind of a newbie, I think. Like, I'm not even remotely as good with the staff as Dad. Well, I don't think you should worry about Master Cassius much. An S-rank bracer is a master of their profession to a degree that they attain the unity of purpose all martial artists seek, after all. To be honest, I don't think I could attain such enlightenment even if I spent my whole life trying. See? I gotta admit, it's kind of hard for me to understand how incredible my dad is, but actually then, you mentioned the whole unity of purpose idea to Chloe back at the castle. What exactly does that mean? Yeah, I did. It's kind of tough to explain, to be honest. Well, here goes. Master Cassius was once such a transcendent master of the sword who was given the title of Divine Blade. Today, though, he can wield his staff just as easily as the sword he spent his life training with. Why do you think that is? He practiced really hard? It's part of it, sure. But more than that, it is because he could instantly understand and relate the nature of staff combat to his previous experience. Something beyond what we call skill, above practice in forms and reflexes, above muscle memory. Think of it as a mental state where one can grasp the true nature of all things and control them at will. That whole concept is what we refer to as unity of purpose. The true nature of all things, huh? His plan to push back at the Imperial army during the war was the same, I bet. He understood the nature of war, of combat, so intrinsically, so instinctively that he was able to construct the plan he did. There would be no one more fearsome as a foe. I get it, I think, but that means that even my supposedly enlightened dad was beaten in some ways by the society. During the coup, he was lured out of the country for starters. Yeah, they almost certainly possess someone equal to Master Cassius. It's hard to know if it's whoever Löwe is or this professor, though. Could it be the guy we know as Lawrence? He was pretty powerful. I don't know. He is incredibly skilled, sure, but I doubt he could match up to Master Cassius. Besides, his chi, his soul, they did not have unity of purpose, not in the way I've spoken of. He is a blade sharpened in one specific way by the coldest frost, tempered to perfection, untouched by anyone. That is the sense I got of him in the arena, at least. Yeah, I get what you mean. He hasn't shown himself, but I figured he's got to be up to something. He did seem to have some kind of fixation on Joshua. It wouldn't surprise me if they know each other from Joshua's days in the society. Between him, me, and Sherazad, we've all got some strange ties in our past to this group. I wonder if this is the guidance of she who dwells above. Ja. Ach so, diese Träume-Sachen, die wir angesprochen haben, bei Chloe und Tita, waren wahrscheinlich, weil die dabei waren. Es war ja nicht jeder dabei. Olivier war zum Beispiel auch nicht dabei. Warte, will ich erst mit Olivier quatschen oder will ich erstmal nach unten? Ich will erstmal nach unten. Das ist nämlich Agathe. Kleinen Moment. Sorry. So. Hey, something wrong, Agathe? It's nothing. You still wandering around the ship? Yeah, basically. Oh, you're from Ravenue in the Bose region, right? This'll be your first time back home in a while then. It's been a little while, yeah. I did stop by the old place after the Queen's birthday celebration a while back though. Hey, wait a second. Why are you assuming I'm going back home? Don't be embarrassed, you big teddy bear. You've got a little sister back in Ravenue, right? You mentioned her once. You must be the biggest softie when it comes to her, huh? Hey. Oh yeah, where the heck in Ravenue is your house anyway? I don't remember meeting any girl who stood out as Agatha's little sister when we were there investigating the Sky Bandits. There was a girl with Louis, but now too young, and I figure your little sister's gotta have your hair. I'll introduce you to Misha soon, assuming we have some reason to visit anyway. Yeah, please do. And in that case, we'll have to bring Tita along too. Why would we have to do that? Tita's kind of attached to you in case you hadn't noticed. She'd be pretty let down if you didn't introduce her to your little sister, you know. God. Oh, I get it. You don't want Misha and Tita to meet, huh? What? Now I get it. They might get together and get in lots of trouble like Tita did with Ren, or they might get jealous of each other. Being an older brother must be hard work. That's what you meant, huh? Well, don't worry. I'll clean up any mess that happens. I've gotten pretty good at Tita herding. So you just go ahead and introduce those two crazy kids and I'll make sure nothing blows up. Yeah, thanks. I'll be counting on you for that. Ja, der war ja auch nicht dabei. Deswegen kriegen wir da auch kein zweites Gespräch. Hier unten ist diesmal gar keiner, ne? Olivier ist ja oben. Ja, dann kümmern wir uns doch direkt um Olivier. Boah, das ist aber auch viel Gelaber jetzt hier zum Start der Folge. Aber so ist das nun mal, wenn man im Luftschiff reist, ne? Ah, still. At last we return to Bose, the land laden with memories of our first meeting. It makes my heart swell to return to a place with such sweet nostalgia. Shocking as it may be, I kinda have to agree on the heart-swelling memories bit. Although, as I remembered, you were kind of rude back then. You said I wasn't attractive and made fun of me like a schoolboy. You misunderstand me, my fair Rose. I would only display such cute, bashful behavior in order to hide feelings of love unabated. Yeah, I'll bet that's it. Exactly. You sure didn't waste any time putting the moves on Shira, as I remember, or Joshua. Well, putting that aside, as you stand now, your beauty is incomparable to what it was then. Yours is supple, healthy beauty, with a maiden's gentle virtue. Indeed, you have grown still. Thank you. Though, when you put it that way, it's kind of embarrassing. Please don't say it like that again. There's no shame to be had in virtue still. Still, you have but only begun to climb the ladder of adulthood. Should you wish to ascend even higher, I would be more than happy to assist you. Das klingt so falsch. No, thank you. If I was ever in a position to ask anyone about that sort of thing, I'd be a million times better off asking Shira. Ah, pity. The things I could teach. Though Shira would be the one to... I'll remind you that I have a very large stick. Schön. Und dann haben wir noch She-Ra und dann müsste es das ja eigentlich schon sein, ne? Bin nach wie vor begeistert, dass es sogar eine Erklärung gibt, warum diese Schiffe fliegen mit dieser Luftblase drumherum. Und dass man hier oben stehen kann. Ich liebe diese Spielereihe. Wirklich. So. Hello, Estelle. Hey, She-Ra. So, this is where you went. Wait, do you want to be alone for a bit? Oh, this is unlikely you, Estelle. Why so reserved? You want to ask about Luciola, right? Yeah, she says we met a long time ago, but I don't really remember her at all. I was wondering what she's like, and if you could jog my memory. Let's see, where to begin then. We have to begin with her stage name, I suppose. Luciola the Bewitching Belle. She could show her audience illusions by dancing while using bells and fans, thus bewitching them, you see. Hers was the centerpiece performance of our little circus troupe, the one that really brought the audiences in. Illusions? Does she use an ointment to make them? No, she used something she always called illusion magic, which is apparently some kind of very old non-orbal art. Alter, ich hatte hier irgendwas steckt in meiner Nase. Vielleicht ist es eine Bohne, ich weiß es auch nicht. Luciola was from a family with a tradition of working that art. Was? People who fall in with a traveling circus like ours tend to be one of two kinds. People who had cause to abandon their previous home and families, or people who never had such things to begin with. Luciola was one of the former, and I was the latter. Oh, jetzt gibt's auch noch einen Deep Dive in die Vergangenheit. I was about 7 years old when Mr. Harvey and his band took me in. Back then, I was little more than a street urchin living in the slums of a city. Pickpocketing, petty theft, there was little I wouldn't do to try to survive. The ones who reached out a hand to me were the troupe's leader, Mr. Harvey, and Luciola. They taught me, the little girl who couldn't trust anyone, the warmth of a family. And they taught me all sorts of skills that would let me earn a place for myself in the troupe. Dancing, beast handling, tarot reading, Luciola taught me all of it. But then, 8 years ago, Mr. Harvey died in an accident. Without his leadership, we all just drifted apart and went our own ways. I'd been planning on staying with Luciola, but soon after Mr. Harvey died, she simply told me, "There's something I must do," and vanished. Hopeless and lost for the first time in years, I turned to the one remaining man in the world whom I still trusted. As you might suspect, that was Cassius, who'd already begun working as a bracer. You know the rest, I imagine. So that's what happened. I had no idea you'd gone through something like that. The reason I aimed to become a bracer at first was to improve myself. I wanted to be able to live and prosper on my own, show Luciola just how far I'd come to once she returned. But, well, it has been 8 years. Perhaps that was enough time to re-examine my reasons. She-Ra. Oh, don't make that face. Like Zin said, I don't intend to simply fight her without saying a word. I want to hear Luciola's story from her before doing anything. I have to know what possible reason could have made her associate with this society. Yeah, that sounds good. Got your back, She-Ra. I'll do anything I can to help. I know I can always count on you. Still, you've grown quite a bit, haven't you, Estelle? What? That's kinda sudden. I always thought of you as being exactly what I'd expect of Cassius' daughter. I don't think that's quite right or fair anymore, though. What do you mean? Your strength isn't quite the same as Cassius. Cassius has a heart as deep as the ocean and strength like a relentless wave. But you, Estelle, your strength is like the sun. You shine and make others shine just by being near them. What? My Estelle, you shine like the sun. Das hat ihre Mama zu ihr gesagt. Oh, das ist ein bisschen... Das geht unter die Herzhaut. I think that's why people are attracted to you so easily. It's what I like the most about you. And I know Joshua felt the same way. I don't think you need to feel any pressure to live up to Cassius is my point. Yeah, you really are my big sister, She-Ra. You always know how to encourage me. Thanks. You're very welcome. Not saying you should return the favor, mind, but you really should drink with me sometime. Now that you're full bracer, you'd better learn to handle your liquor. How is Bose related to... You know what? Never mind, I don't want to know. Okay, damit haben wir es. Aber wir müssten ja eigentlich jetzt auch noch mit ihr ein zweites Mal sprechen können, ne? Nee, gar nicht. Das ist... Ach, She-Ra war ja sowieso dabei. Das heißt eigentlich, genau, müsste es jetzt... Thank you for flying with us today. We will be arriving in Bose shortly. Please be aware that there may be turbulence while landing, so we asked that all passengers take their seats. Genau, jetzt müsste es endlich weitergehen. Und damit haben wir auch die nächste Flugsektion geschafft und wir sind in Bose. Auch das für Leute, die den ersten Teil mit mir hier schon durchgestanden haben, kein neuer Ort ist. So generell, ich mag, wie Second Chapter so von den Figuren her alles abgerast, was vorher aufgebaut wurde. Wir lernen mehr über Shiras Vergangenheit, über Agathe werden wir auch noch mehr lernen. Wir haben über Chloe noch mehr gelernt. Wir haben über Sinn vor allem noch mehr gelernt. Also es ist wirklich, es grast jetzt alles das ab, was wir vorher aufgebaut haben. Das finde ich super. Auf der anderen Seite der Medaille steht natürlich, dass wir eigentlich exakt das gleiche wie vorher machen, nur dass wir mal in andere Bereiche reingehen können und mal nicht. Ich bin damit vollkommen cool, weil es für mich genug Neues gibt und ich die Geschichte wissen will, wie es weitergeht, also beziehungsweise nochmals sie erleben will. Aber man muss sich doch schon drauf einlassen, das weiß ich. Everyone, hello, good work out there in Roland. The Silver Streak, the Heavy Blade, the Immovable and our Rising Star Rookie all together. Brings a tear to my eye, it does. Rising Star Rookie? You, of course. You're a little walking miracle who's managed to stop this society in 4 different regions. That's been the gossip anyway. You've got to be kidding. Saying I stopped anything is overstating it more than a little. They just ran off once the experiments were done. You did handle yourself well in the Roland case, Estelle. Don't sell yourself too short. I think you can be a little bit proud. Yeah, but that was just a bunch of coincidences coming out together and no need to get so embarrassed. You just need to live up to your reputation is all. Yeah, thanks, and you make that sound like a cakewalk. Anyway, all that aside, what's the situation like here in Bose? There's been no sign of the society whatsoever. No surprise, I suppose. Since the Sky Bandits were caught, the army's been patrolling the region pretty heavily. One thing sticks out though. There have been a few too many dangerous monsters prowling around here these days. Really? No, I noticed that the last time I was here. Bose seems to usually have more wanted monsters than other regions. Why is that? Most of it comes down to Bose being huge and filled with rough terrain. Makes it common to see monsters come down from the less inhabited areas. Thing is though, we've had 10 cases just since the beginning of the month. 10? That is a lot. I'm guessing that's kept Sting and the rest of the crew busy. Yes, and Kurt's team stopped by the other day to slay several of them. Be in your debt if you could take care of a few of them for us as well. That strikes me as a good course of action. It's possible the society is involved with this too, würde ich mal ergänzen, ne? Yeah, and they could hurt someone if we just leave them alone, so we should get out there and take them down. Huh? Agatha, what's wrong? Yeah, what's up? You're really quiet. Nah, it's nothing. Anyway, let's get out there and bring back some monster heads. Pardon me. Die kennen wir doch. Mabel and Lila. Lila. Good day. Estelle, it's good to see you again. I'm glad to see you are well. Wow, it's seriously been forever. I think we last met at the Queen's birthday celebrations, right? Yes, it feels as though it's been ages. I've been hearing all about your exploits in the news, though, Esther. Boah, oder lesen ist nicht meine Stärke. It goes for everyone else as well. I'm glad to see you all safe, especially you, Chloe. Are you on school break already? I ended up taking a little time off early. It's good to see you again, Mabel. You two seem pretty familiar. Well, Mabel used to be a student at the academy. We met before she graduated. And I'm certainly glad we met too. I see. And Agatha Krosner. It has been some time, sir. Suppose so. Hang on, Agatha. Mabel, you know each other? Oh my, yes. I've relied on Mr. Krosner a number of times for various jobs only he could do. And 10 years ago... Hey, Maya. I forgot myself, pardon me. Regardless, I simply wished to stop by today to welcome you back. From the sound of things, you're pursuing an international criminal syndicate which threatens the safety of the entire country? An international criminal syndicate? Sometimes they feel more like a society of supervillains, but that's one way to think of them, yes. So far as the city of Bose is concerned, the threat these criminals pose is not someone else's problem, it's everyone's. If I can do anything to assist you in your investigation, anything at all, you only need to ask. Thanks. If we need help, we'll definitely ask. Well, we'll be expecting a lot from you, Mayor. Excellent. Now, I'm afraid I must excuse myself here. Should anything come up, please come visit me at my residence. Pardon us. Okay. Tschüss, tschüss, tschüss. Da kann es ja eigentlich endlich losgehen, ne? Come on, Agathe. Couldn't you have been a little more civil? It's who I am. We ain't running a butler service here. Give me a break. Agathe can be kind of arrogant to people sometimes. It's usually polite towards clients, though. You were kind of short with the mayor, Agathe. You're imagining things. More to the point. I remember talking about us bringing back some monster heads. Lundgren, give us the breakdown. Right, we have 3 cases outstanding. First, there's the Blade Fang stalking right in the Chronopass. We also got a ghost epitaph in the Navel Valley. And finally, an October raising hell at the Amble Tower. Okay, get those written down. Alright, monsters slaying the perfect task for my great sword. I'll be taking charge of this time around. Huh? Well, you are a Bose native, my good heavy blade. You're probably the best suited out of all. Lesen, Leute, I have no objections. Decided then. Go ahead and pick us a team instead. Okay, also so wie immer. Wir haben wieder einen festen und man merkt ja auch, und ich finde, das macht's auch so stark. Wir brauchen auf jeden Fall wieder die beiden. Okay, die sind einfach unschlagbar. Moment, ich komme sofort drauf. Okay, so. If we're really going all over the region to find these wanted monsters, since we're out, why don't we stop at Ravenview Village? Yeah. Why are you looking at me like you're expecting something? I do want to go see your hometown, Agatha. Do you not want to? Not right now, no. We need to settle our current jobs first, including hunting these monsters. Aww. You're unfeeling, Claude. Come on, Tita's here. Would you literally make your head catch fire to be nice for once? The hell do you even... Still, it's okay, really. It's only normal that we should put work first. God, I'm sorry for prodding you. Nah. And you know, I'll definitely take you once things have settled down a bit. Oh, Leute, ich muss mal kurz meinen Rücken begradigen. Just be a good girl for now, short stuff. Okay. Finde ich aber wieder eine coole Sache, dass, Moment, ich muss mal kurz was nachgucken. Finde ich eine coole Sache, dass es auch wirklich einen Vorteil hat, wenn man Tita mitnimmt. So, ich wollte noch eine Sache gleich sagen, aber vorher erstmal, okay. Ach, das sind die 3, das sind Nebenmissionen, hätte ich jetzt gar nicht gedacht, okay. Wir haben noch den Imperial Request, Ambassador, bla 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 bla, die Missing Lady ist short und The Rarest Flower ist long. Also, ne, wisst ihr schon. Was ich sagen wollte, ich mag das eigentlich ganz gerne, dass es, hatte ich ja schon, als wir angekommen sind, hier in Bose angesprochen. Ich mag das ganz gern, dass wir jetzt tiefer in die Charaktere eintauchen. Wir haben sie alle im ersten Spiel kennengelernt und jetzt lernen wir über ihre Hintergründe kennen. Das hat zum einen den Vorteil, dass wir uns im ersten Spiel nicht so lange mit den Figuren aufgehalten haben und gleichzeitig sie kennengelernt haben. Also wir wissen das alles, was wir wissen müssen in dem Moment. Gleichzeitig lernen wir ja aber auch die ganze Region kennen. Das heißt, es ist gut, dass wir nicht zu viel von allem hatten. Und der zweite Teil kann jetzt das wieder verstärken. Wir kennen die Region, wir wissen, was hier abgegangen ist. Wir müssen jetzt uns nur noch mit der aktuellen Situation beschäftigen, also mit der Gegenwart. Aber wir kennen noch nicht alles über die Figuren. Und das wird hier par excellence gemacht, dass wir in jedem Kapitel eine Figur, jetzt können wir auch mal hier rüber gehen, eine Figur mitnehmen, um die es dann in dem Kapitel auch primär geht. Das finde ich ist eine gute Erzählstruktur, vor allem bei so einer großen Party. Das wird Kuro no Kiseki auch später fantastisch lösen. Und ich finde Cold Steel nicht ganz so gut also immer noch gut, aber ich finde, da funktioniert es nicht so, weil einfach zu viele ihr werdet es sehen. Wenn wir da irgendwann mal in 50 Jahren hinkommen, dann werdet ihr es sehen. So, ich würde sagen, was machen wir denn als erstes? Ich würde sagen, weil das ja die 3 Hauptmissionen ist, machen wir noch einmal eine Nebenquest über Imperial Embassy. Ambassador Kranos' medal has been stolen by someone. The Arabonian Embassy hereby requests the immediate and full support of the Bracer Guild. For details about the case, please inquire at the following address: Arabonian Embassy, contact Frieden Hotel Room 203. Ich wollte gerade sagen, die Embassy ist doch gar nicht hier, aber ein Hotel gibt's hier. Das stimmt. Hier ist die Bar Kirsche und hier ist das Hotel. 2 ist oben. Ist hier schon? Nein, noch nicht. Hier. Da, wo jemand vorher. This room is currently in use by the Imperial Ambassador. If you have no business here, please refrain from entering. Is this where we can contact the Imperial Ambassador? Yes, that's correct, but do you have some business with us? You're the ones who have business, I think. We're from the Bose Guild. You guys submitted a request? Ah, braces, I see. Pardon me. If possible, I'd like to have you listen to an explanation of the case immediately. Do you have the time at the moment? Yeah, easy. This way, then, please. The secretary will explain the details. Okay. Das ist 100 Pro. Ich weiß es gerade nicht aus dem Kopf, aber es ist 100 Pro Bleu Blanc Quest. Er ist hier, ist sauer da unten, der will es gestohlen bekommen, 100 Pro. So the braces have come to attend you. Oh, you're here. Bla 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 bla. You all it's been some time. Thank you very much for your support in the capital. What brings you to Bose? With the signing ceremony over, I finally have a somewhat open schedule. I've been planning a visit for some time, and I finally managed to realize it. Gotcha. An inspection trip. It matters not. More importantly, my medal must be recovered. Ja, stimmt. Stand doch schon in der Beschreibung, dass seine Medaille verloren ist. Klar, hätte ich noch früher drauf kommen können, dass es auf jeden Fall Bleu Blanc ist. Is it that important? Buckley, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and show it to the braces. Yes, immediately. It seems like the ambassador is quite concerned. Well, it's not an unreasonable reaction. This event is quite the serious crisis for the good ambassador. After all, that medal is an heirloom of great honor and glory bestowed directly from the emperor. To have that stolen is a slap directly to the ambassador's face. Should news of this reach the fatherland, the good ambassador would be the laughing stock of the capital. The laughing stock of... Isn't that a bit extreme? I'm afraid not. I love my country dearly, but a blunder like that would be blood in the water for the high society sharks. Should the rumor spread, there's no doubt that his reputation would take quite the beating behind the scenes. Leute, ich krieg's nicht mehr hin. Yikes, talk about nasty. Erebonian society really is a scary place, huh? Seriously. That is the fate of those who live in politics. Do you understand now why we ask you to come? I see, I think I've got it. So what's this thing the ambassador talked about? He acted like he wanted us to show us something. Yes, actually. There was a card that appeared to be a declaration of criminal intent left at the scene. Damn, a card? Yes, something like that, allow me. Ja, na logisch. Lovely princess and your escorts. The bell of judgment draws near. The iron horse's medal is in my hand. Should you desire to reclaim it, strike through mine riddles. Your first key is the following spell. Recool, back in the flower. Look here. The end of everything is the beginning. Heed this well. The end of everything is the beginning. Really, he puts a lot of work into these. The guy's so persistent, I can't even work up the energy. Even worth getting worked up about. Anyway, we should go over the important parts of the card. Genau, okay. Okay, well, the main point seems to be this recool word. Recool? Look here. I think we'll have to start by looking for what that means. In which case, the bits that come after that will be important. Most likely the response will be the hint to that word. The end of everything is the beginning. What's with L? It certainly would seem to be. First, let's check out the town using it. Ja, komm, bla, ich will jetzt gar nicht mehr wissen. Bla, 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 bla. Es geht mir auf den Keks, wie viel ihr gerade redet. Ich habe keine Ahnung, ich bin ehrlich. Moment, ich muss mal... Recool, back the inflower. Back the inflower. The end of everything is the beginning. Flower. Flower in the back. Look, flower in the back. Pen. Flower in the back. Also ich suche jetzt wirklich einfach stumpf diese Blumen ab. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Flower in the back. Oder back in the flower. Es ist so stumpf, wie ich denke, oder es ist schwieriger? Hier noch irgendwo Blumen? Hä? Nein, nicht wirklich, oder? Aber was war denn dieses Recool dann? Warte mal. Was ist denn das hier? Ah, Lucy Orbital Factory. The beginning is the end. Also es war wirklich einfach fatal. Oh, okay. Okay. Ich wusste nicht mehr, wie es heißt. Dann ist es natürlich einfach. The hint was recall back the in-flower. And the end of everything is the beginning. Must be a hint to read them in reverse. So we have to read the entire phrase backwards. Recall must be special though. Since it's all in caps, we probably just reverse the letters there. You end up with flower in the back, Lucy. Oh, I get it. You say Lucy and Bose and it's gotta be this place. Right, so the card mentions a flower. Let's take a look. Ja, hätte ich mich daran erinnern, wie der Laden hier heißt, dann wäre es wirklich ziemlich logisch gewesen. There was a card attached to the pot. Yes, found it. Ja, there we go. Okay, let's see here. Your second key is the following spell. FTHKC2E. View the opened book. Was? And remember always this wisdom. Those who seek the truth must forever look a step ahead. Ah, okay. Okay. Ja, bla bla bla. A step ahead. Okay, ja, ich glaube, ich weiß es. Müssen wir mal gucken. Step ahead. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. T, U, G. Gilt. Third. Okay. Das war jetzt mal wirklich ziemlich einfach, wenn man so klug ist wie wir. Im Guildhaus, drittes Obergeschoss. First floor, second floor, third floor. Und hier ist das Open Book. Bam! Yeah. Alter, läuft ja. When Estelle investigated the book, she found a card stuck to it. Okay, found it. Let's see. Should you seek the third key, seek the reverently held casket. Advance each letter by one, it becomes guild third floor. Genau, the third floor of the guild house. That's a riddle solved, I guess. But what the hell, seriously? Right in the middle of the guild house? This clown's trying to mock us. We'll have to show him what mockery gets you the next time we see him. Yeah, no kidding. Next thing is a reverently held casket, right? Ey, das ist jetzt richtig bitter, aber ich muss kurz mal wirklich nachgucken, was reverently heißt. Casket ist halt so ein Mülleimer-mäßig, mehr oder weniger. Aber was heißt reverently? Andächtigt, held casket. Okay, das sagt mir gar nichts. I don't think he means it literally. Pretty safe to assume so, yeah. There aren't exactly a ton of caskets just lying around in Bose. My thought exactly is starting to get into the clown's head, eh? Speaking of heads, let's put ours together and figure out what this casket's supposed to be. Okay, das stimmt aber wirklich. Mülleimer kenne ich. Warte mal. Ist das gerade etwas... Moment mal. Ich möchte mal kurz das nachgucken. Tatsache. Guck mal hier auf die Stuhlbeine. Hier. Moment. Hier. Und jetzt guck mal hier hin. Da oben. Ich bin mir sehr, sehr sicher, dass die dritte Flur da oben, dass der im gleichen Bildschirm gespeichert ist, dass die alle einfach im gleichen Bildschirm ist. Das erklärt auch, warum es hier keine Ladezeiten so gibt. Also man ist quasi die ganze Zeit drin. Das ist ja witzig. So, wir sollen jetzt ein Casket finden. Vielleicht hier in dem... Also wenn, dann eher hier so, ne? Aber das sind ja alles Fässer, das sind ja keine Körbe. Doch, hier sind Körbe. Die sind es aber nicht. Andächtig sind die auch nicht. Also, nee, das scheint es irgendwie nicht zu sein. Nee, der wollte... Wobei? Vielleicht am Flughafen? Flughafen ist groß. Hier vielleicht? Hey! The ticket reserved for ground till tomorrow. It had a hard time before when the skyman... Ja, bla 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 bla, the whole incident. Das wäre übrigens... Ich glaube, Burner hätte man vielleicht irgendwie auch schon mal vorher gesehen. Was geht hier so ab? Aha, Casket. Ja, nee, Casket ist gar nicht Mülleimer hier. Das ist eher so Behälter oder wie soll ich sagen? Kasten vielleicht? Ich habe jetzt Korb und Mülleimer, aber das ist ja was anderes. Was ist denn das nochmal? Das muss ich jetzt auch nachgucken, sonst werde ich heute nicht mehr froh. Es tut mir leid. Ein Can natürlich. Ich bin dumm. So. Ja, so hätte ich ja noch ewig gesucht. Gott sei Dank ist Bose nicht so groß. Hui, Casket. Ja klar, Box, Kiste, was auch immer. Oh Gott, the reverently held casket, okay? Calling it the coffin's a bit of a stretch, but it is being held like it was holy. Yeah, but there's a problem. I don't see that Bozo's card anywhere. And that is weird. I'm sure this isn't, though. Wait, I know. I bet it's on the bottom of that thing. It might be, but that little hole isn't big enough to crawl under the look. Yeah, good point. This container has to be it too. Let's see. Okay, ja. Komm, ich kürze das jetzt mal kurz ab. Es ist gerade ein bisschen... Ja, komm, du willst es hoch machen. Genau. Wenn ich das jetzt noch alles vorlese, dann werde ich heute nicht mehr froh. Okay. So, und natürlich ist da die Karte drunter. And here it is. Thank you, sir, that's all we needed. Okay, ja, komm. Ich werde jetzt wissen, was da drauf steht. Bla 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 bla. Das muss es doch jetzt mal gewesen sein, oder? Ach nee, ist ja noch eine Karte. Yeah, and now time we get to write the card. So, jetzt wird's wieder interessant. The door has been thrown open. Seek here the proof of vanity. Find it in the words of the goddess. Kirche. That's it. Looks like we're just about there. Words of the goddess. When you say goddess, and there's really only one place I can think of. Yeah, geht's mir auch dann. Gotta be it. Let's get over there. Off we go. Es kann nur die Kirche sein. Und das müssen wir jetzt auch eben noch machen. Wo ist denn hier die Kirche nochmal? Ach, da unten, genau. Südöstlich. Da haben wir Laila, glaube ich, das erste Mal auch getroffen, ne? Die Frage ist nur, wo? Gibt's ja ein bisschen mehr. Hier vielleicht? Ja, hier, words. These are the testaments of the Septian Church, aren't they? Do you think this could be the words of the goddess the clue was talking about? You're right on target. The testaments are supposed to be stuff the goddess said put to paper, so it makes sense. Now that you mention it, I remember learning something about that in Sunday school. Anyway, let's check it out. Genau, und jetzt an iron medal wedged between the pages. Found a medal with a two-winged horse and sword design. Sweet, we found it. But man, just look at this thing. A little imposing for a medal, don't you think? Imposing is right. Still, I'd say the design is pretty apt for an Erebonian medal. So it's a cultural thing? I never would have guessed. Plus, what with Ambassador Craner wearing it and all, this medal's gonna need the impact of a boot to the head. Kind of works in a way. It's one way of putting it. Any less showy on a guy with that kind of presence and nobody would notice the damn thing's even there. That might be... Okay, bla bla bla. Ihr seid gemein zu ihm. Er ist auch nur ein ziemlich angepinkelter Typ. Is it true? You really found my medal? Yeah, we got it. Well, here, showing you is probably the best way. Let me return it to you. Oh, it really is my... You found it. You really found it. Da wieder ganz emotional. I had to interrupt the moment, but... Is this something or other medal what you're looking for then? It's not a something or other medal. It's the Grand Cordon of the Order of the Winged Stallion. This is no ordinary medal. It is an exceptionally high honor that all long to receive and few ever obtain. Who there can remember something that long? Did you say something? No, nothing. Anyway, it's the right medal, cordon thingy, right? Yes, most definitely. This avoids the worst possible scenario. Now, if the criminal responsible could just be punished, things will be settled. Do you have an idea who the criminal might be? We've totally got an idea, but unfortunately, where they went is another matter. What? Is there no way you can capture them? Not immediately, no. The one we've got our eyes on as the culprit is quite the well-known thief. Have you heard the name Phantom Thief B before? Phantom Thief B? He's been appearing in Libel? Oh, so you do know him? Yes. He reigned havoc in the Imperial capital for some time. He was a man who could not be captured even by the Imperial army. It seems I should be glad that my medal returned at all this time. Yeah, seems that way. Barclay. Yes, sir? Do you have the item prepared? Yes, here. Huh. Well, I feel some regret that things did not proceed to capturing him. Against the infamous Phantom Thief B, you can hardly be blamed. You recovered my medal in good order and maintained the dignity of the Empire. In acknowledgement of your great services to the Empire, I, the Erebonian Imperial Ambassador, grant you this Eisenritter's medal. Cool. She did her best to keep a straight face, ist auch schön. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. Congratulations. Cool. I certainly wasn't expecting this. This is kind of embarrassing. Oh boy. I understand your speechlessness and at being awarded such an honor. It must be very hard for you to contain yourself. Oh, sweet youth. I was the same when I received my first medal. However, do not feel unworthy. No, your efforts are more than deserving of this. Expect great deeds in the future as it's befitting of one to receive this medal. Yeah, thanks. Und tschüss. Und ich bin totgequasselt. Es war sehr, sehr viel Gerede und ich freue mich schon auf die nächste Folge, weil da wird deutlich mehr gekloppt und auf die Fräse gehauen. Denn da hauen wir auch neben den, was haben wir noch? Wir haben noch 2 andere Nebenquests, ne? The Rarest Flower and The Missing Lady. Die sollten wir beide auf jeden Fall vorher noch machen. Und dann wird geballert und darauf freue ich mich schon sehr. Wir sind in Bose angekommen. Wir sind noch ganz am Anfang hier in dieser Region. Es wird noch sehr, sehr viel passieren. Und es wird sehr mystisch und grandios in den nächsten paar Folgen. Bleibt deswegen auf jeden Fall dabei. Vielen Dank, dass ihr bis hierhin dabei geblieben seid. Und bis dahin. Tschüss.